Billie Eilish gets asked the same questions every single year, and as long as I can remember, or as long as I've wanted to have a YouTube, I was like, what if I did the questions that they ask Billie every year on my page and then compared answers each year? Felt like that would just be kind of like a cool way for me to look back at things that I've done and reflect on my life. So if you see me looking over, it's because I have the questions right next to me on my iPad. So I'm just gonna read through them and we'll chat and talk together. So the first question is, what advice would you give yourself a year from now? Advice I'd give myself a year from now would be to never give up on your dreams. I would remind myself to keep chasing and moving forward toward what I want, because when you give up, you're just gonna have regret for all the things that you didn't do. And I felt that regret, trust me, throughout this past year for things that I just felt like I could have gotten done within the year. What advice would you give yourself a year ago? That things get easier and things will get better. There were times where I was just sitting alone, like in my thoughts, and I was like, there's no hope. I'm never gonna get better. I'm never going to feel myself again. And I genuinely felt like life was never going to get easy again. What's your favorite movie? Do I have one? It's gonna sound corny, but my favorite movie is really Pocahontas. I just love how she kind of unifies the village and just makes everybody feel like welcome and together again, because I know the savages were split from people, what do they call them? People who were cutting down the trees. I say it's my favorite movie and I don't even know what the terms are, but I just love the movie. I love the concept. What's your favorite color right now? Pink. I've grown a love for pink. I feel like there's so many different shades of pink. I love the light, nudie pinks, a whole bunch of stuff like that. Like my walls is more like of a light pink, but you can kind of see that like soft tone color come through. What's your biggest regret? My biggest regret would probably be not giving myself grace at a young age. I think that it's carried on into my adult life, and it's made it really difficult for me to accept things that kind of happen, I guess. Accept things for the way that they are now as I'm getting older. I think I'm having a really hard time with that. It's because when I was younger, I was just so hard on myself about everything. And I was like, well, you're not good enough to do this. Your grades aren't good enough, so you're not smart. You can't do this tumbling pass, so you're not good at cheer. Like it was just bad. So I've been trying to like rework myself in my adult years. And it's been the hardest thing. What's the biggest thing you've learned? The biggest thing I've learned is to not run away from my problems. I spent a lot of time running and it did nothing but make me have to face my problems for longer and feel the pain for longer. I would tell anybody who's going through the same thing that I was going through, don't run, face your demons head on, get through it, find peace. How do you define your style in 3 words? I have started to go the minimalistic route. So very minimalist, but I'd like to add little pieces that flare and make the outfit pop. I'll probably do like simple outfits, but then like I might make the shoes pop, or like my bag, or I'll do something with my hair or jewelry. What's your philosophy? It's hard, do it anyway. Don't give up just because it's hard. I live by this because there are so many things that I could have let stop me in my path, and I could have just sat here and I maybe didn't have as much money as I wanted, or I wasn't as happy in a relationship. I would just say keep going and keep pushing, because you're the only person that can make yourself move forward. What do you want to say to yourself in a year? Yeah, I want to tell myself we made it. We're done. We can stop struggling. We can finally sit and relax. My hopes is that I can just get to a point of peace. I want to just feel eternal, just like bliss. When I can get to that point, I'm telling you guys, I'm probably gonna fall to my knees crying, because I've been trying to get there for years and it feels like it's just never ending. So that's probably my biggest goal. Okay, this one probably doesn't apply to me, but how often do you get recognized in public? Not very often. I feel people know me a lot in the cheer world from like just different things. I know a lot of cheer affiliated people, but not as far as a celebrity, because I'm not a celebrity. What trend are you over right now? I feel like all over TikTok, everybody's talking about these Alex Earl lights. Like, I just feel, why are you all saying the Alex Earl light? Like, it's literally just a light that you click on. So I don't know. I don't understand it. It's a light literally called the Alex Earl light, or was it just a influencer that used it and now you guys call it the Alex Earl light? Do you have a love life? Do you feel pressure? I feel like we all feel pressure in some type of way. I definitely feel pressure as far as just moving forward, being successful, trying to make it. I feel, but more so pressure for myself, not really from like outside entities. Lowest point of your year? I would probably say my lowest point was just still feeling like life was not, like I wasn't satisfied with the way life was going and still doing it that way anyway and not making like any difference or any change in the things that I was doing. I think that I was kind of disappointing myself and, you know, just feeling like a failure. So it really just drove like a downfall and like a lot of other things in my life. Is there anything that annoys you now that didn't a year ago? Noise. That sounds so weird, but just hearing loud clatter, a whole bunch of people talking, people moving, like busy malls, like those things really like bother me now. To stay out of places that are super crowded because I get very overstimulated very fast. App you use the most? I'd probably say I use Instagram the most because I don't really go on social media a whole bunch unless I'm like posting my content, but I definitely spend a good amount of time scrolling on Instagram. What kind of car is your dream car? I don't know too much about cars, you guys. Kind of like leaning towards a Mercedes, but I don't know if I'm just saying that because it's like a well-known vehicle. I have a Mazda right now and I really like my Mazda, so I wouldn't be mad with upgrading that. All right, you guys, there's probably a couple more questions that I didn't answer, mainly just because those like didn't really pertain to me, so I felt like I didn't really want to answer those ones, or like they're celebrity-based questions. Oh, and I'm not a celebrity, so hopefully like you guys, we can kind of go back in a year and compare these answers, because I am really intrigued to see if I say the same things as that I said the year before. You know, it's gonna be a whole year and I'm not gonna remember. But this was fun to do. I definitely want to do some more like story time, answering questions type of deal. Hopefully we can do that in the near future.